Welcome back, Gentlemen's Club, week 5. I got two special guests with me today. Welcome, Anthony. Welcome, Michael Wyckoff. Welcome, gentlemen. How y'all doing tonight?
Good.
We
Better than Ant.
Ooh,
Are you
are we
though?
talking about your matchup?
Are you
Woo.
though? You just talk about
I'll take that
yeah.
one
It's
win
like, are you
over
though? I see
no.
5 here, and what are you? 9? Yeah, I guess 9. It's better than 5 in some leagues.
I mean, you are a few spots ahead of him, Anthony. That is
8.
true.
I'm sorry, 8.
Standings, you're
I was talking
fifth.
about Omar's ninth.
Um,
You're 8th. So you'd be you're ahead of Omar.
Yeah, I'm happy about
Yeah.
that.
Omar's had a fall from
That's
Speaking of
grace.
surprises, not for me, but probably for him.
Yeah, that's a
I feel
doozy.
bad
But
for Omar, but not really. But let's keep
do
going.
you really though?
No,
Those words,
I don't
that
feel
there's no
bad.
sincerity at all.
Uh,
But his whole team name is making fun of my
he,
one
he
draft team.
he's the league troll and mocking everybody. Now he's 8th.
I could have had Kyler Murray too.
Yeah, but what do you ask for it though? Like half your team?
It was
Oh,
it was no good. I
so
put it through the
oh,
calculator and
Yeah, yeah,
nope,
yeah.
not doing it.
Omar should be sponsored by the Trolls
Yeah.
movie. Speaking of trades, I do want to bring that to the surface because I think that's a really good topic to have on the show before we jump into the matchups and whatnot in our league standings. Um, Man, trades. When you trade somebody in this league, there's a lot of opinions, a lot of the word fleece. I'd love for you gentlemen to kind of take a take on, or give me your take on trades in this league.
I think I'm the only one who's made trades except for maybe one or two other people who trade one for one. What was it? A mid for mid? Yeah, I think I'm the only one who's willing to gamble. Everybody's willing to talk, but nobody puts their money where their mouth is. And here we are, right? I'm in the playoffs. If it today now, we'll see how it goes. But I don't know. I feel like some people value their players like they value their cryptocurrency, wait for it to go to the moon, and don't want to let go of it, right? Um, and so those players, I keep in receipts. Let's just say that. I don't know. What do you think about all that, Wyckoff?
I think Jacoby fucking Myers for Najee Harris. I think I came out. You can trade with your boys and make sure that you get a good deal. I think that was good for me. Najee came in with 9 points for me. Uh, yeah, I mean Cage had like 5 running backs,
Yeah, no,
and so it just made sense.
Cage was almost a no risk move, but I'm not going to flame him out in the chat for it, even though I think
Well, and he could. Jacoby Myers could be the number one receiver if
yeah,
they
with a stellar guarded
walk it out.
Minshew thrown to him, it's a solid.
Yeah,
I think Minshew is now done. I'm pretty sure
We'll
he's done for the season. We'll
we'll
see,
see.
right?
it is scary though. Omar's trade offers, I appreciate all the effort, but it's like such a big, like he's asking for so much, and there's always a 2 for 1. It just doesn't feel good. I would love to have Kyler Murray. I should have kept him from last year. I traded him out. Speaking of trades that were bad, I don't mind being on the losing end of a trade and trying to like, especially if you're a gun, somebody at the bottom. You got to get better. You have to put some players out there. But there is some. But if you're worried about like what the chat is saying, then you should just worry about your
I'm
team.
not. I'm not worried
You know,
about
like I
this chat. I mean, that's Gen
no, I'm
Z
not
for
worried
you, right?
either.
They show up to the job and they want to raise right away. Just expectations through the roof. They
No,
They
want
show up
more.
and
They want more than what they're worth right now. And so, I don't hold it against them, but you just got to know who you're dealing with on the other end of that.
well, the later you get into this league, the more desperate people get, and so you're going to see some trades that are very questionable, especially with keepers and
I
everything.
saw some of the ones from last year. I'm pretty curious about some of the ones from last year, but
Is any of them stand out to you?
well, just the fact that Omar got Kyler, that was kind of a rant. I think weren't you involved in that one?
I sure was.
So
yeah, K1,
I
which
think he's already thinking he can get the same type of deal for you from you. He was giving your
He
player
was,
back.
but like to Omar's credit, like I'm responding back. Hey, give me an hour.
Sure,
when
sure.
I get my
Two to
next,
tango.
I'm
Two
gonna
to
let you
tango. I get
know.
it.
Yeah,
No, I'm not calling. Hey,
a lot of
I'm not
times I
calling
just
anybody
like,
out. I haven't flamed anybody out in the chat. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm gonna dish it out when it comes, right? Wait.
But let's be real, Ant. Let's be real. You do flame people out in the chat. You just do it in your own special way.
Yeah, you know what I'm
You
saying,
do.
right?
You do.
What's the move?
But you
What's the move?
you
Is that the move, Kenny? What was that move?
Wow.
on the way to the draft, can I just tell a quick story? On the way to the draft, and it's like, hey, have you ever done an auction draft before? He's like, nah. Well, like, well, how about like research? He's like, oh, I'll figure it out. And to go from your draft to where you are now, like you're ahead of me, dude. So like, kudos to you for being a good sport, being active in the league. Love having
Yeah,
you.
no, it's hey, I
You
tell you what,
finish-
all good, clean fun. Everybody's been great. I still feel that way. But like I got flamed for Baker Mayfield, and he's doing all right. Some of the trades, I
Yep.
would probably do
I
them
got I got
again.
flamed for Tank Bigsby.
Well, they don't know what they're talking about.
He's solid. He's solid this week.
Tank Bigsby looks legit, right? I think
Is
so.
he
I
on your
thought Tank
bench?
Bigsby, but here that's what happens when people read blogs and magazines and not actually watch the game, right? They're gonna agree with the opinion of the so-called experts who have a podcast out there.
They're glued to Matthew Berry and Field Yates, and I would tell you I felt like the trade was very honorable, very even. Who do we trade for? You got Godwin, I got Bigsby and Mason. I needed running back depth
Yeah,
because Pacheco was out, right?
I
That's
mean,
something I needed to do.
if they continue on this pace, I might have just traded you a couple league winners.
Yeah, we
Mark mark
yeah,
that mark that right there in the call.
we'll see. We'll see.
31
We'll
and 30
see.
seconds.
Well, I'll tell you this much though, with all the yapping, and there's about three people that yap about the trades all the time. You know who you are, but every time they yap, it makes me want to go trade with other people more often, and I will continue to do so because it's a lot more fun. That way, they can sit back and yap all day long and get their booty all swollen up because they got nothing better to do, right?
Oh man, it's just fuel to my fire. I think that's what created the conversation between you and I to make that trade. We were like, oh man, this is gonna
Yes,
piss a lot of people off, right?
let's do
You
it.
guys should have seen what Mike was going to trade me. That would it would have been. I won't call him out here, but
You can. There was a gentleman by the name of Chase involved. We'll just put it out there
yeah.
like that, who scored quite a bit of points this week. Not enough for me to do anything to win against the Beard. We're going to go into that matchup here in a minute. But yeah, that's the trade talk, y'all. I'm sure we're going to hear some stuff in the chat about this tomorrow. I cannot wait to read all about it. And apologies to the Gentlemen's Club. Not really an apology, but more of a statement. I was out last week having a good time at Disneyland. Didn't do a week 4 recap, but I'm back again this week. Excited to have you two gentlemen. Let's jump right into this. Let's actually talk about you two's matchup. So let me pull it up. Don't talk yet. Let me pull it up on good old sleeper here. We got Anthony versus Michael Wyckoff coming down to Monday Night Sweats. Olave is what you needed, Ant, and he did not come through. Patrick Mahomes puts up a 13 spot and puts Michael Wyckoff over the edge, 118 to 113. Love to hear from y'all. How are y'all dealing with this on Monday night?
I'm not worried about what happened tonight. I think we had two mid teams playing against each other, right? We had two crappy performances that faced off, and mine was just more than his. And so, no, he deserved the win. I think for all the shit that Wyckoff gets, and his team came and beat me today. Right?
Michael Wyckoff, what
Yeah.
say you?
If Patrick Mahomes could just this guy, if he could just like throw a touchdown pass, that'd be great. Like they're always like they get really close to the goal line, they run it in. Kareem Hunt had a fantastic game. It was close. I was kind of watching towards the end. I'm like, dude, Olave is gonna get like this garbage touchdown. I'm gonna lose. It'd be classic Michael Wyckoff. It didn't happen. Number one wide receiver for you going. It was gonna be close. I love shout out to Cage. he's like, "Hey, Wyckoff, Patrick Mahomes needs to score 6 more points than Chris Olave." I was like, "Oh, dude, I love that. That's such a good thing." We were the only sweats going into it, and we definitely felt it.
I mean, I was
Dude,
having
it's
some
crazy.
beers. I wasn't sweating that much, but no, I think hats off to you with that one. I got to ask you though, do you realize it's 2024 Patrick Mahomes and not 2021 Patrick Mahomes? Because
Ooh,
we keep waiting for.
I will ride Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
that's his
yeah,
boy.
yeah. I,
That's
mean,
his
I get
boy.
it, but how many years do we have to go back? I don't remember Patrick Mahomes being the guy you keep claiming he's going to be here. So, but he won you the game tonight. So
Juju's
I
coming
got nothing
back.
else to say. He won you the game tonight. So.
He's going to throw some touchdowns. I guarantee you he's going to give me my 25, 30 points. They're 5-0. The offense is going to start clicking. They haven't scored a ton of points. It's going to happen. I feel okay with
Chris
that.
McCaffrey's coming back too, by the way. I'll sell you that stock too.
He's not injured. He's fine. They're winning games.
I will tell you this: you both did kind of lose. You didn't get the median score. The median for the league was 131.75. Mike comes away with a true win. Ant goes down this week 0-2. Some bright spots that I'd like to call out. Caleb Williams had a showing. We had a little sighting in Soldier Field. 25 spot for him. T-Law gave you a 23 spot. Ant, that was solid. And then DeAndre Swift, 20. And then Baker Mayfield, solid 26 points still. Patty, God, 13 points, man. That really made you sweat. Wandell Robinson, 16 points. Not bad there. So some solid quarterback play from your second quarterback slot, huh?
To me, Wandale is the one that won of the game. That was unexpected. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah,
although he's been pretty solid all year.
Yeah, not that you ever would have done it, but Keon Coleman, finally, he caught his first touchdown of the season, right?
No, he only catches touchdowns. He usually makes one reception, and usually it's a touchdown. That's it. I had him in there. I moved him out. I was telling you before. But, it is what it is, right? Sometimes we make the right decision, sometimes we don't.
Too. Isaiah Likely on your bench, too.
Yeah, I wasn't going to start him.
You started
I'm only
Mr.
keeping
Kincaid,
him. I'm only keeping him because I spent all my fab on him. That's it. Now
you sure did. You spent a shit ton of fab on him.
But he's got a clearer path to playing than Mark Andrews does. That's all I'm going to say.
Juan Jennings too. Juan Jennings, the namesake for your team.
Yep. Well,
one of your names.
We're gonna move on to the next one. We definitely are gonna save the best for last. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We're gonna jump right over to my matchup here. I go up against the Beard. High hopes for this game. Just not enough fucking firepower from the Niners. I go down 184 to the Beard, 166 from me. Oh my gosh, I was so excited starting off Sunday with Jamar Chase giving me some love. What was it? 47 points. Darnell Mooney, oh my God, 33 points. And then Bo Nix, I believe so much in that Oregon Prodigy, but he has Lamar Jackson, Drake London, and Geno Smith, and then topping it off, a little George Kittle and Zay Flowers. Man, highest score in the league. He gets the double win with the true and the median, and I get my median win barely, or by a lot, I should say. What do y'all think about this matchup? That was a big scoring game.
I think you fumbled it, dude. You say what you want. You played the third string KC running back, right? Fourth string if you include Pacheco. You had Tank there, who's been playing really well, playing better than Gun starting RB1, right? And I think you fumbled it, man.
I did.
That would have been the difference right there. I'm doing the math in my head.
Would it though? Yeah, it would be. It would have been 186.
No, it would have been 192 if I'm looking at it. 26 points difference.
I would have got the W. I already did that reverse math. Trust me.
Yeah, but hey, Samaj had a good 5 spot in him, I'm sure.
Fuck Samaj. Let's just be real. Fuck P. Ryan. I made a mistake. That's what happened.
I said it.
That's
you fumbled it. I legit said you played.
Yeah, fumbled.
You played literally the third string KC running back. I think he's third string on the depth chart right now, isn't he?
He is. It is, and it's crazy that Kareem Hunt signed to the practice squad becomes the starter.
Wait, did you not watch last week games? Last week, did you not see
I, Dude,
the
I didn't.
waiver
I was at
the free
Disneyland.
agent
I didn't see
waiver wire,
anything
dude?
last week.
Yeah,
Completely disconnected last week, bro.
bro.
Completely
But he
disconnected.
spent $29 on him, so you had to start him.
Yeah.
Just like you.
I spent 70 whatever dollars on Likely. I didn't start him. That's not true.
So, speaking of matchups, though, let's go to our next one. Let me pull it up here in Sleeper. I do want to move on. Congrats, by the way, to Mr. Beard. Appreciate you. Great win. And good job on being an asshole from New York. He's traveling for work, but he is. I do want to go to the. I do want to go to the next one. This one's a good one. Gunn, who went into this 0-8, goes up against the former champ, Double D, Daniel Dominguez, and he goes downtown to Chinatown. Justin Gunn goes away with the double win, gets the median and the true win, and Double D gets the offer. He goes 0-2 this week. Oh, take me through this matchup, boys. Woo!
I thought you were saving this one for last. Gonna celebrate Gunn's
No.
big win, dude. Personally, I thought that was I thought that was a good win for him.
I know where
Yeah,
Dan's going.
I get it. I'm just saying, this is one that I thought you were gonna put out there, but I don't know if I believe in Daniel's. I'm not confident in Daniel's confidence. Let's just say that.
I don't think anybody in Daniel's shoes
I don't
having
believe
that
him.
team would be
He doesn't
confident.
sell me when he
I
makes
don't
his
believe
comments.
him at all. I don't
yeah.
believe him at all.
Like, I own the 11th place. I own it, right? I don't believe him. I don't see champion when I see him.
He's got quarterback problems. When Andy Dalton is the starting quarterback for Carolina is in there. He had a good week last week, but 3 points isn't going to do it.
Well, he was hoping for a repeat from against the Raiders with 28 points, and then with the Bengals the week prior with 17. I mean, anyone that follows mathematics and watch graphs, that's a decline. just do the math on that one, right?
He got Tua. He got concussion boy on his bench.
He does. Tua's got a few more weeks of that for sure, and we'll see what the ramp up looks like. But Joe Flacco for Justin Gunn. I love me some Flacco. I've always been a Flacco
I like
fan.
Flacco, dude. I think I hope he stays selfishly because I think it's better for Jonathan Taylor. But
I think so too. I think it's also good for the
it's good for
Indianapolis
everybody. I mean,
Colts
it's good for the whole team, right?
Yeah, he got a nice 30 spot from Joe Flacco, slinging it out there. Then Brian Thomas comes in with a nice 27 spot. CeeDee Lamb did shit for him. Whittingham though, 15 points in the flex spot there. Derek Carr goes out tonight with a little injury after being sacked hardcore on that pass. But he comes away with the W. Congrats, Justin Gunn. Love what you did there. Love that you're not fucking offered this week. You actually moved to 2-8. And then Daniel, you're showing up and you're showing us that you truly didn't deserve to win last year, and what you did do last year was purely luck, purely a fluke, and there's nothing positive about your team, just like the fucking Cowboys. There's nothing positive there, even though they barely won against the Steelers. Any final thoughts, gents?
I think Gunn's steal this year in the draft was Brian Thomas. He looks legit. I think he missed so far. It feels like a miss on CD. We won't talk about first and tendonitis either. But I think he deserved the win, man. It seemed look good this week.
Wyckoff?
Gunn stay positive. Going. I know I'd be freaking out. And being 0-8 like that, come back with a win, staying active with trades, with the cards that he was dealt, was able to pull out a win. Good for Gunn.
You know what I like about Gunn? And I'll give him the props on this one. And Omar will come in, why are you all up on his monkey dick? No, I ain't on anyone's dick. Gunn fucking doesn't give up. And he stays active in the chat. He isn't woe is me. He isn't fucking any of that bullshit. He just keeps on keeping on. Talking shit, having fun, right? I'll give him that all day long because that's the fucking Gun I know.
Because he's not 20 something. That's why.
He's not what?
He's not 20
a gen
something.
what?
Where
oh yeah.
Your day can be ruined by the smallest gust of wind.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next matchup. Let me pull up Sleeper here. We got Captain Billy P versus Kenny Carnival. Kenny was originally going to be on the show tonight. I'm glad it turned out to be you two gentlemen. He had some child daddy daycare issues. But Captain Billy P improves his standings in the true win and the median win. He goes to 8-2, whips on Fat Patricia. Fat Patricia gets the offer this week. Take me through this matchup, boys.
You know, Captain Bill, we had a lot of back and forth trade talk after the first week. I think he felt we both felt we were in dire straits, but he stuck with it. And his team looks. I mean, his team's coming to play. All I got to say for Kenny is this: look at your rank, right?
We still.
Yeah.
Oh, hopefully he gets that on the video. Michael Wyckoff, you're about to read something. Go ahead.
I'm just looking at Bill's team. Like he's got. I'm in works. I'm trying to get Justin Fields from him. He's got 3 strong quarterbacks. Jordan Love is back after that injury from week 1. Back for the past couple weeks. I think I'm going to lose our season-long bet. That's all I can see. Good for him. Awesome double win. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to bring the angry pirate back on this show, but Jordan Love, he plugs him right back in, 18 spot. Fucking T. Higgins, just like Jamar Chase, they both go off, 29 points. He didn't put up a lot of points, but that run by JSN to Decoy, that was great on the highlight reel. Tyler Kraft, 26 fucking points. And then he has a nice little spot from Dak Prescott, 18 points. My God. And there was some, if y'all saw the sideline shots of the Cowboys, it was kind of crazy to see CD and Dak Prescott, CD going off. I don't know what was said, but it didn't look good.
He said, throw me the 50-50 ball or something like that. Like, just throw it up there so you can at least go get it instead of throwing it short like that. I think that's what it was. I don't think it was anything bad. He's on forward, throw the ball up. Give me a 50-50 ball.
So, Ant, he's your favorite person, it seems like. Take me through Kenny's team, would you?
I lost it. Well, where's his team again? I see.
Well, he got Joe Burrow, put up a 38 spot, obviously. The recipients of that were previously mentioned. But he puts in Justin Watson, gives him a 0 as his wide receiver 1. At least that's listed on the depth chart, right?
Yeah, I can see
George
why.
Pickens,
I can see why I picked up
5.6.
Justin Watson. He's 101 rank on the season. I see why you'd want to play him. I think he's trying to be too smart, right, for his own good, trying to outsmart everybody here. But I mean, his team's not bad. It's not good, but it's not
It's
bad.
not good. I mean, look at it. Would you want that wide receiver core right now?
I tried to take Kirk.
You would take
before he went off
as
a little
your
bit, but
flex.
I wasn't giving
As
him
your
much
flex.
for Kirk. But
Well, we don't want to keep.
He's
We don't want
a
to keep.
keeper factor.
We don't want to keep looking at his team because he'll text out eyes on my team. So we'll move on to the next matchup.
sensitive
And
bunch. These guys, sensitive bunch. Like I said, it's a gust of wind, and they're like upset.
we're gonna
There
go
we go.
to our next matchup here. It's gonna be Cager versus the Ghost. And Cager comes away with a dominant performance. Second highest score, 178 to the Ghost's 134. Puts up some crazy numbers. Love for y'all. Let's walk through this one a little bit. We got Cage coming in with the double win. Daniels, 20 points. Kareem Hunt, 21 points. Garrett Wilson, 31. Ayuk makes a nice showing, 24. Mike Evans, 23. Brock Bowers, 25. And then Aaron Rodgers rounding it out at 13. Daniel Jones, 24 on Jeremy's side. Robinson, 13. Chuba, 17. Stephon Diggs, 14. And then Kirk Cousins with the 41 spot. That must have felt good for Jeremy after Thursday Night Football, yeah?
Or he doesn't get the median win if he doesn't have Kirk Cousins.
He does
True.
not get
Cousins.
the
Cousins throwing for 509 yards. But Cage's wide receivers, It's like the exact opposite of Kenny.
The exact
Yeah.
opposite. I was gonna say the same thing, Michael.
They are so freaking good.
Yeah, that's the
And
scary
how
part.
about like,
Yeah.
there's no way Cage knew that Jaden Daniels was going to be nobody knew he was going to come in there and do that.
Cage did. He wouldn't have drafted him. Either that or it was a desperation quarterback at that time, one or the other.
I would have
He spent all
drafted
his
him.
money
Yeah,
on
no, I don't think anybody thought he was going to be like that. But he's
No.
got a steal there. Let's see, how much did he pay for him? Is he keeper worthy? Oh no,
I think he's out of keeper
Nope.
territory.
No, he's out of it.
Yeah,
He's out of keeper
that was one I
territory.
said in week one. That was one I wished I bid more for. But
26
$26, man. But hey, I don't live in the past like some people here. But let's move on, right? I think Cage has got a good team. It's
Yeah.
kind of scary that Wilson Ayuk kind of haven't really been showing up, and if they show up
showed up
like
this week.
this, it's almost like I might have just caught him on a bad week last week. Just got lucky.
The same thing holds true for me with Jamar Chase until the last 2
Don't
weeks.
pat yourself on the back here while we're trying to give a compliment.
I am going to pat myself on the back. God damn it. It's my show. I'm going to do it. Here we are. So now we're going to move on to our next and last matchup. Let me pull it up here in Sleeper. It is going to be the best for last. We got My Tai Mike T battling the Hurricanes in North Carolina, whipping on some ass. He gets 128 points, just a couple short of the median win, but he gets a true win and improves his record to 3-7. While how the mighty have fallen, not only did he lose double, so he lost the median and he also lost a true win. But he also scores underneath 100. Congratulations, Mr. Omar El-Shami. You are this week's under 100 president and only member. I'm so proud of you. Takes a lot of fucking work to get there. Congrats to you. Anthony, Mike, what do y'all think about this matchup?
Deshaun Watson. Did you see Deshaun Watson go off the field and he's like, I'm not going to try this fourth down play. He just walked off.
He's done.
Oh, he was my boy, too. I was like, I'm getting value on him. He's going to come back. He's going to be great. But still, like, with Mikey T still winning that with Deshaun Watson, I don't know if he's playing next week. We'll see what the ownership of the Browns do. But, like,
I'll rep Kenny,
I think Mikey T's
I'll
in
rep
a
Kenny.
scramble.
He didn't need him. Didn't need him.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy to see what happens with Deshaun Watson. All indications are showing he's pretty much done for the year as far as being a starter, but we'll see what Stefanski does there. But Sam Darnold finally comes back down to earth this last week. Only gives him a 4.26 showing from prior weeks of 16, 22, 27, 23. That's pretty nuts, don't you all think, against the Jets?
I just think that was a ugly game. So I mean, I would still I'll put it out there. I'll buy stock in Sam Darnold right now if you want to sell low. But we'll see.
I don't think
I'm only
pretty
saying that
sure.
because now if you want to trade with Omar, expect a KD package, right? He wants 5 first-round picks, all your young starters, but you know what? I'm gonna let him just swim in his mediocrity there. Sub 100. How many? What did he do that last week too?
Well,
Can anybody
let's
check it out?
count
Did
him
we
up
do it
here.
last week?
Last week, as far as the score, let me
Did he
take a look.
get? Did he break
Week
100
4.
last week?
Week 4, he actually. This is
Okay.
2
All right.
weeks.
All right.
2 weeks? No. Yeah, week 4 he played against
He's
Double
all right.
D and scored 95 points. This is 2 weeks in a row for Omar. Ooh,
sounds like a trend.
sounds like a trend. Again, back to the graph.
2 weeks
If
is
you
a
see
trend.
it,
Hey,
it's a trend.
Hey, I
It's
know
a
math.
trend.
I know grade school math, and 2 is a trend.
Well, let's take a look at Omar's team here. How many players did he have going underneath double digits? Mr. Irving, Mr. Gibson, God damn you, Harrison, and the fucking Cardinals. Wicks.
They won, dude. What are
And
you talking about?
Dell. I just hate Kyler Murray. I don't believe in him. I can't trust him. And I don't know. Yeah, they did win. Congrats to them. Congrats. But that's aside the point.
Ooh.
Double digits.
So
Look at all that.
his bet was Wicks for how many? I'm
I
unprepared.
can't
Is
believe he
that
bet
the
on Wicks,
Bozo?
man. But again,
Is that the
Oh
Bozo?
yeah, he had over 36.5 yards for Wicks. He had 20.
I'm sure one of the podcasts said he
Ooh.
was a lock in the lineup, and so he believed him. That's all I got to say, man.
Is it Dontavion? Is that how you pronounce that? Holy cow. Dontavion Wicks. Yeah, that might be the Bozo, but I'll let you handle that, Michael Wyckoff. But
Yeah, I'll
underneath
come out with that
100,
one.
2 weeks in a row, you're a prestigious member there, Omar. But congratulations to you, Mikey
Bye.
T. Thank you for beating him down. You took the true win, and I hope that you and your family are safe in North Carolina of all that
Yes.
hurricane, tropical storm stuff happening. Yeah, man. So that's the week 5 recap. Let's go through the standings real quick here. Breathing fresh air all by his lonesome in New York right now, living in his dream city, the Mecca as he says. The Beard 10-0. Cage against the Machine 9-1, 3-win streak from him. Obviously, the Beard's on a 10-week. Captain Billy P, after starting off 0-2, win 8 straight. Double D has dropped 2 spots. He's 5-5 and fourth, followed by Anthony 4-6, myself 4-6, Kenny 4-6, Mike Wyckoff 4-6, and then Omar 4-6. So we got a nice little highway traffic there. And then we got Mikey T at 3-7 and 10th, followed by the Ghost, and then Gun bringing up the rear. How do y'all feel about your team as we head into the almost the second half of the fantasy season here?
Oh, there's a lot of buys coming up here. Malik Neighbors, he comes back. Hopefully, he comes back after that concussion. Didn't even look that bad when he fell down, like out of bounds. I'm just happy that I'm right there. I know, and you got to be pretty happy right now. If the season ended, you'd be in the playoffs, coming back from one of the worst drafts I've ever seen, and look at you in the playoffs. It's got to feel good.
I mean, you guys said it was one of the worst drafts, but here I am at number 5, even though I just lost 2 games in a row. What does that say about the rest of your
Yeah, it's your
drafts?
moves. Now you're very active, and that waiver wire, I love it.
Yeah,
Going
yeah. I
after
mean,
it,
hey,
investing, making
I have
trades.
never been in a league that's only been won in the draft, right? Maybe I feel like some of these guys in this league feel that way, the way they just hold on to their team. I'm gonna let them keep holding, right? So, we'll see. No, as I said, my goal coming this year is not be last place. So thank you, Gunn, for taking that title away from me. And if I can make it to the playoffs, this offseason is going to be extra chatty for me, is all I'm going to say.
Extra chatty, he says. I'm looking at this too. The average for Fab right now, I think, is roughly around $56. We got everybody from the Ghost with a full $100. I don't know why he hasn't spent any of it. He has a full $100. Apparently, we're doing rollover minutes. My Time Mikey T 95. Not that he needs to use it, but the Beard has 90. I probably wouldn't have touched that as well. All the way down to people like Omar, who has $2 left for the whole season.
Who do you get for
Right?
$98? By the way, I
I
heard a
don't
lot of stuff
fucking
about my
know.
$70+ for Likely, but I used some of those roster moves to make moves. Can you look at his? I don't want to keep pounding on him, but I'm going to. Uh, who of substance did he spend that ninety
Well,
eight dollars on?
he spent $21 for Bucky Irving.
Okay, that's worked out.
40, 43 for Wicks.
43
43
for
for
Wicks,
Wicks.
yeah.
There,
And then he
there you
bet
go.
and then he
There,
bet on Wicks. So he bet on him with fake money and then with real money.
oh my God. He also spent $11 on Evan Ingram. So yeah,
All right.
that's where the money
Yeah, all
went.
right, cool.
26 on, did you already say that? On Johnston? Q Johnston?
Quentin Johnston.
Quinton.
Fields Yates
Yes.
must pick up of the week in week 2, I think it was, right?
Yeah. So there we are.
Gotta use it.
You gotta use it. But don't use it so fast, I guess. But also don't save it like fucking the Ghost. It ain't gonna roll over. So
Hey,
you gotta have a little
use
bit of
it,
balance.
but just don't use it where the podcast is telling you and the other thousands of people listening to also draft those guys, right, or pick them up on the waiver. Hey,
Who's
I
the
think
to
Ghost
each its own.
gets. I think Ghost gets
Yeah,
last place.
you think so? I
Yeah,
think.
is
I
that
think
your
so.
prediction,
I think
Mike?
Gunn's
I
gonna
think.
climb
I
his way
mean, I
out.
think there's a good chance. I don't think Gunn seems that far off from making a little run here. I mean, I really don't. So
If Gunn does make a little run and he does make the playoffs, he's gonna win comeback of the year
I would.
for
I would
sure.
agree.
Like to be able to come back from all those injuries, there's no one else that has done that.
Yeah,
He would be the
I
first.
wouldn't put money on it, but I would agree with that statement.
What odds would you bet on?
I wouldn't put any money on that.
It's like plus 1,000.
Huh?
Plus
Plus a
1,000.
thousand, yeah, 10 to 1.
Plus a
You're saying
thousand.
10 to 1?
Yeah.
Holy fuck! All right, gentlemen. You were on the show graciously. Thank you so much. Any last words from either of you before we end up the show? Time is yours.
I'll go first, Ant. Thank you for the win this week. Appreciate you. The other one is on the Bozo bets. So no Thursday night games. I was just going to throw the rules out there. This is for my co-Bozo bet commissioner, Captain the Angry Pirate, Captain Billy P. No Thursday bets. All bets in by Friday, please, so we can put those in. If we can be timely with it, I think the most I've gotten is like 70%. I'll place the Bozo bet this week for the $10. I'll own it. Let's get it. Just because I made some mess ups, I'll own it. I made some wrong week bets for week 4. Week 5, we definitely didn't hit it. I'll post that tomorrow. Which one we can all vote on the Bozo. But let's just get the bets in because if we want to win some money, let's get some good bets in there. Nothing too crazy, like Wicks, 35 yards. Yep, that's in there too. Get him in. Get him in, boys.
Ant.
Say that again. You broke up. Oh, my turn. No, I mean, I got nothing else to say except for check out the rankings, dude.
Well, boys, thank you very much. Bets 70%. Like, who's missing on the bets weekly, bro? Let's call it out.
I'll tell you.
Well, obviously
right-
the ghost ain't betting, right?
Yeah, I don't think Mike T was going through a lot of stuff. I don't think I got one from him.
I think he
Double
gets a little
D.
grace period with all the shit he's dealing with, right?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Gunn got his in pretty late. He always wants to wait to look at out all of his bets, but he did get one in there towards the end. Same with Bill, wants to wait a little bit, but yeah, those are the double D's, a little hit or miss. I think I already said that one.
All right. Well, that's your call to action, boys. Maybe the ghosts, if you're listening, if you're even like just paying attention till this point, maybe you'll just chime in and help us put in another bet and just have a little bit of fun. Because when you place your bet, it increases our odds and the money pool goes up. That's a big party for all of us. I know you're not going to be coming back next year, but it'd be a great parting gift for all of us. Thank you very much. Anyways, this is your OG commish. Gentlemen, Ant, and Wyckoff, thanks for being on the show. That's your week 5 recap. Peace out, boys.